little fella, you like a jump rope, don't you?
You see?
Zip, zop, zoobity-bop.
With their hippin' and the hoppin' and the bippin' and the boppin', they don't know what the jazz are all about.
All right, here I go. Only if the band working.
No. See, jazz is like... Jazz is like...
Big band.
Actually, it's more like praise.
So you're gonna just sit here and enjoy it. When I was a little boy, we would play stickball.
Hey, kids.
All right. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Hopefully everyone's doing all right. Not a lot of people in here yet, but hopefully that'll change as we go on. I am still waking up. So, yeah. Might be spending a few minutes with me in the process of waking up before we actually get working on anything. Goodness. I admittedly slept a little bit longer than I planned on. So, that was a thing. But, we is here. And I'm in a very, very pleasant mood because I woke up to good news. Any day I wake up to good news, I am a very happy man. Cheers. So, I'm pretty stoked because business is trending in the right direction. And when business is trending in the right direction, I am a very, very happy man. Also, thank you to Columbia for being our first channel member. So for those of you who have not become channel members yet, feel free to follow in his footsteps. You, of course, get access to videos early. In fact, we actually have a review of Fist of the North Star, the movie, that is up right now, completely uncensored, that you guys can watch. And it's a pretty good one. The censored version will be coming out tomorrow. Tomorrow around 6 o'clock. So, hopefully more people will join him in that. What else was I? Oh, business stuff. So, ENGLEWOOD Book 2, the Second Chance campaign needs a little help. We're only halfway to goal and we got less than a week. So, that is something to keep in mind for anybody who hasn't backed it yet. If it does not reach funding, one thing I will say is that we do have backup plans just to keep in mind. Oh, wow. Even more cool business stuff. Okay, so let me talk about this. What time is it where I live? I am in Central Time, so I'm only an hour behind you. I live in Illinois, so about 2 hours south of Chicago, in a place where the city I live in is so full of Chicago transplants that anything you want to get that's Chicago style, hot dogs, pizza, the works, you can get it here. Even Italian beef, which is saying something. Kickstarter wasn't helping either. Well, Kickstarter sucks. I'll freely admit I don't like it. This was an experiment. I wanted to just give it a shot, see how Kickstarter worked. I heard a lot of things about it. A lot of people that I've talked to, were gushing about it. And it seems like everything they told me was bullshit. So, not super pleased about that. Let me close my closet door there. So I'm not very jazzed about that. But the positive thing is that we do have another thing in the future that is going to exist that, lets us sell that book again. It just won't be the same better lighting. It just won't be the same edition. But it is what it is. It's not a huge deal. The tough part is that and I appreciate you guys, by the way, everybody who helped out. Don't get me wrong. You guys did everybody did everything that they could with this. There's no it's one of those things where you can lead a horse to water, you can't make him drink. And I think the thing with Englewood is that people know that the campaign, the original campaign, is stupid late because of stuff that has gone on, and there's the mistakes that were made to make it late is part of the problem, right? So, but it's never happening again. And if we have to fulfill this completely out of pocket, then we have to fulfill it completely out of pocket. It sucks, but we promised that we were going to get this book out to people, and we're going to do it. Crowdfunding in general seems to suck all around. Do you think there's a new site called Fund My Comic? There is, and I know the gentleman who runs it, like, not well. I just know who he is. I'm going to stick with Indiegogo, I think, from now on. They have, I've never had an issue with Indiegogo. Anytime I've ever needed something from them, I've gotten a response within a day, and I don't get bullshit for it. I love their system. I think it's the best crowdfunding system on the planet right now. They're very good. It's a good website. So that's who we're going to go with going forward. I'm going to button this up. I'm getting a little lewd. Nah. I admittedly feel like kind of flobbly. I don't even know if that's a word. Because I have not been able to exercise with this back issue. So I want to get back to it so I can, get to feeling energetic all the time. But my back's got to finish healing. But good news on that part. It's not nearly as painful as it used to be. Now, like, the pain is about... Last week it was like here. This week it's here. And I can move around a lot better. So, it's just about getting my leg flexibility back, basically. What I am going to start doing, something that was recommended to me, is breaking out the yoga mat and doing that for some back strength. Lower back strength for the future so this doesn't happen. But I do have good news. Good news, everyone! I wish Hatman was here to say that. He's a lot better at it than I am. We got a couple of things going on that I'm really excited about. Comic books that are in production under Grindstone Arts that are looking really, really good. So, 2 books that I'm the editor on are in production right now. One of them is the next Black Rhapsody book by Serena, who is also Grindstone's social media manager and my protege. I've been seeing art for it. I don't know if she wants me to share it, so I'm not going to. But I just saw a 2-page spread for the next book that looks fucking great. I can't wait to see it colored. So that's pretty awesome. I know what I can show, because I actually approved this one, and I'm also the one who helped build the wrong monitor. Hold on. But I'm the one who helped build this this page. As you guys admire my desktop. This is a really good desktop wallpaper. I'm a big Double Zeta fan, for those who know. But no, it's this. Speaking of Serena, there's Serena. I was just talking about you. All good things, I promise. But, no, Cyberpop Control Theory. Yeah, Grindstone Arts is publishing this. If any of you are fans of the Almighty Lolly, you've probably seen this already. But I'm going to show it anyway, because I'm super stoked about it. We have a mailing list up now for this. I'm going to go ahead and place it in the chat for anybody that has not signed up yet. So, Cyberpop Control Theory, this is a cyberpunk graphic novel slash manga. Which page? The one you just posted? The spread? If so, I'll do that after I do this. But anyway, it's a cyberpunk graphic novel manga inspired book. It's a pretty sizable one as well. 72 pages. of cyberpunk action and violence. It's gonna be great. All right, I will share it after I get done talking about this, Serena. So as it says here, the debut collaboration between the Almighty Lolly and Armando Manito Doria, edited by yours truly. Yeah. Very happy that I edited this one. It was a lot of fun to work on. I'm still having fun with it. Don't get me wrong. I get psyched anytime I see comic books getting made. God damn it. Because comic books need to be made. Good comics need to be made. Good comics need to come out. Good comics need to sell well. Or else the Western comic book industry is toast. That is period, point blank. Marvel and DC are not putting out good stuff anymore. They have not been putting out good stuff for years. So it is up to the independents to, bring in and make up for the failures of the West. Because I am of the opinion that a lot of people on the internet that read manga all the time, if they were given good comic books with good stories and interesting characters, that they would read them. I have no doubt. I know a lot of people who have read manga that have watched almost every MCU film, and they do like superheroes, and they do like, normal comic books when they find good ones, which is very, very few and far between. But the thing is that the independents also need to start cranking up production and making sure that we're not taking super long amounts of time to, to get these books out there. What about the imprints that aren't the big two? I used to like Image Comics, but their output has been kind of trash. The problem that we get with the indies when it comes to Top Cow and other places like that is they're constantly putting writers on those properties that just aren't very good at what they do, and it just ends up flopping. Anyway, let's continue with this though. Bloody Cyberpunk Ballet, I already mentioned that. 72 pages of plasma spraying fun. Funny note, when we were putting this together, we're like, well, we can't use bloody again. You already used it. I'm like, plasma. Yes. Full-size black and white comic that takes inspiration from classic manga like Ghost in the Shell, Battle Angel Alita, and the video game world of Cyberpunk 2077. One thing I will say, something clicked. So, I've been getting on Serena to, as I call it, imbibe more culture. I want her to start watching different things to broaden her horizons. And one of those things is Black Lagoon. And anybody in here who has seen Black Lagoon can also tell Serena it's incredible, right? But one thing I realized is that one of our protagonists, Yuka, kind of there's a little bit of Revy in her. So I think you guys are going to like her a lot. I like the character, a ton. She's going to be... A lot of you guys are going to fall in love with that robot, trust me. But anyway, gritty, hard-hitting storytelling. Yes, me and the guys who put together this particular page, it was me, Lolly, and Wayne, our marketing director. We wanted it to be kind of punny, but also try to sell you on the book. But so there's puns in this abound. Cyberpop control theory pulls no punches. An over-the-top ride in a new and exciting world where the Big Apple has rotted from the inside out. I'm proud of that line, because that was me. And no one is safe from the consequences. This line right here is actually from Apocalypse in Marvel or in X-Men vs. Street Fighter. That's not Apocalypse. That's Onslaught from Marvel vs. Capcom. I got it wrong. And then we just see Rachel, one of our lead characters. It says here, Rachel is your average everyday loser pulled into a horrifying world of ever-increasing violence. And then finally, a shadowy corporation is about to declare war on a chick in a wheelchair. Sign up for access to Virgin covers as well if you have not signed up for this. I will actually sign up with my personal email I don't care if people say this, is as easy as this to get on this mailing list. And then what's going to happen is you're going to get an email that is a secret tier that has virgin covers. What is a virgin cover, you might ask? Well, let me show you. Let me get my fat ass up real quick. As you can see, I can get up a lot easier than I could last week. I should have one in here. Or did I give it away? I didn't. Okay. A virgin cover, for those who don't know, is like this. You can see the poster of this cover behind me, like right here, right? That's basically what it is that it does not have what's called a trade dress on the front of the cover. So there's no logo, no nothing, just the art. And then whenever you open it up, the only time you're going to see the trade dress is going to be on the spine and on the back. Hell has arrived. So yeah, this is 3 nights, 4 days. So so this is what a virgin cover is. I love these. I legitimately love these kinds of covers. I am genuinely thinking like this might be the thing that like we do on everything grindstone oriented in the future for bonus things, because people seem to really like them. And on top of that, they're like I don't think of all the books that have been published through people that work with grindstone so far. So ENGLEWOOD, Black Rhapsody, Peregrine, 3 Nights. No bad, actually no, there's one bad cover art out of all of them, and it's on 3 Nights, and it's Vinny what is this? Vinny T. That motherfucker's cover wasn't that great. But he's kind of a prick, so whatever. Regardless, the cover art that we're going to be getting for this book, I cannot announce one of the artists. Because, well, it's a secret. But Manito, our normal artist, is actually going to be working on a cover. We've already got the whatchamacallit. We've already got the layout for this. And then for, in fact, is there anything? Now, my thing is that those are for Lolly to show off. So, really loving the layout of it though. But let me grab. And for those of you who have not seen Yuka yet, let me grab. I love how she turned out. Absolutely. I have fallen head over heels with this character. Lolly has done a great job of creating this girl, this robot. Well, she's a cyborg, but I love that we were able to do a specific hairstyle with her that still felt really wild. We didn't want her to look like your stereotypical bad girl type comic character, because she's not. You know, she's an assassin, and she should be treated as such, in my opinion. So, so there's that. And then Black Rhapsody, I'm going to say right now that this is a amazing looking double page spread. However, it's also a little deceptive. Serena, at some point we're gonna have to do a live stream on here where we close out Rhapsody book 1, and then get a mailing list up for book 2. I'm thinking. Because Serena's putting in investment early for her book. So by the time that we actually launch a crowdfund, it's going to almost be done. But this is ridiculously well done. However, one thing I will say about this image and why it's deceptive, I know what comes next and it's fucked up. Oh man. But no, Black Rhapsody book 2 is, the first book was good. We have taken a book that was already here, was already at the level of good, and we have taken this and we have taken it up to great. I will say this right now. My whole thing, anytime that I edit a comic book, is my goal is very simple. Elevate. Elevate, elevate, elevate. Whatever they had at the start, let's make it better. Let's make it more enjoyable. Let's make it easier to read. Let's make it more compelling. Let's find the let's find what we need to do to get Hunter Iggy to stop asking questions when I'm in the middle of a flow. I'll answer that in a minute, buddy. I'm just fucking with you. But the whole thing about this is that, I want every comic book that I touch, as I'm the president of the fucking company. Like, I have a passion for this. I want this to succeed. Not just because it helps my wallet, but because it helps everybody else's wallet too. My wallet is the last one that gets touched anyway. So, in regards to like getting anything from these projects, everybody else gets money first, because that's how you run a business, and I am not going to do it any other fucking way. But anyway, as I was saying, this particular book, like, again, the first Black Rhapsody had, had a lot to it, but there were things that could be improved on, and me and Serena, we sat down, we talked about it. We took those criticisms and we took them to heart. And it wasn't an easy process, because sometimes criticism can come a little harsher than you want it to. And at the end of the day, you can't dictate how harsh it comes, because it's not your opinion, But a good writer, a good artist, takes criticism on the chin and learns from it, and you figure out what's applicable, what's not applicable. What is just somebody just being mad on the internet? What is actual, like, legit, they want this to be better? And as an editor, it's my job to be able to see, where they're right, where they're wrong, and how we can improve on things. And everything that I realize that we can improve on, we've improved on greatly. The artist on this is doing a great job. She has a good flow to her art. Her page layouts have always been very top notch. So let me put it this way. The artist on this book worked for the big two. I won't spoil who it is, but the artist on this worked for the big two. Worked for Marvel specifically. And she was on a book that I reviewed that I wasn't super high on the book, but I did like her art. And I really feel like she's giving us more than she gave Marvel in regards to her talents. And I am super stoked about that, because Jesus fucking Christ, man. I love seeing artists that feel like they can spread out a bit more and try new techniques and try new things and bring the writer, their vision to life in a great way, and have their own, DNA imprinted on it as well. So, yeah. We have a great book coming with Black Rhapsody book 2. I couldn't be more stoked about it. So, all right. So, Hunter Iggy, I have not seen any of the Crisis on Infinite Earths movies, so I have no opinions. I think I said that last week. But maybe you missed it. But I have no opinions, because I haven't watched it. And admittedly, it's not a priority for me to watch it right now. I've got other stuff that I'm working on. It's not a red wedding type scene, it's its own thing. Just know that it's gonna, it is fucked up. I will say that. What happens next? But to find out, you're gonna have to read it. Oh, Columbia says this, and I think he makes an interesting point. One problem I have with comics is that colorists are generally not good. I love the detail in black and white. Very few can keep the detail visible. That is true. I do think that there's a lot of colorists that struggle with that. That is why I vet my colorists. But I'm lucky that I've had some really good ones. Let me show off a few bits. That's Cyberpop stuff. Where's it at? So, like, let me use Three Knights as an example. Let me bring up a couple of pages from book 1, because I'm going to show you the pencils to the colors. It's covers, not colors. Colored. Which one did I go with on this? I want to say it was this one. It was. Okay. Okay. So, I'll show you some Three Knights and I'll show you some ENGLEWOOD. Why is this not wanting to... I'm guessing that it's the, probably the file type. That's okay, we'll make it work. Okay. So, So this is pencils. This is page 1 of 3 Nights, 4 Days, book 1. Very good looking pencil work. Preston is always very good at what he does. And by the way, his pencils on book 2 are even better. I got to talk with him about whenever we're going to be able to resume promotion on this. A lot of detail here, obviously. Down to this neck. So that's the black and white. There's the color. My colorist on this one, Oliver Lee Arce, is very tremendous at what he does, to say the least. He got recommended to me. I hadn't met him yet, and like seeing his work on this stuff, just to zoom in, you still get all the good detail. Plus, he even added more. You know, the sunset, the blood on the book, the blood on his hands. But it still keeps that sort of scratchy, penciled style that Preston's pencils bring to it. And I fucking love it, man. Matt, it's going to depend on the spray you're using. I primarily use lacquers, and lacquers, they dry very quickly. But yeah, the Oliver, very good at what he does. So there's that one. Then, for Englewood, so this is, we'll be going over this in the Fist of the North Star review tomorrow. But this is the Saint, the lead character of Englewood, obviously doing the Hokuto Yakuretsuken. And obviously, so this is a big homage to Fist of the North Star. A lot of detail on this too. Great use of speed lines. Great use of impact. This looks visceral. It looks fucking brutal, right? There's the colored version. Still get a lot of the same detail. I love the uses of yellow and different shades of it. I love the way that the impacts are shaded as well to kind of show the depth of impact. So, thought you were referencing JoJo? Nope. Though JoJo, like the that is a reference to Fist of the North Star. Everybody thinks JoJo because JoJo is more like the anime are more recent. So the other like Chestnut Fist from Ranma, all it's from Fist of the North Star, man. Fist of the North Star started it all. One of my favorite stories of all time. So yeah, but this is why though in my opinion you want to vet your colorists, because you want to make sure that you're preserving what your penciler is doing, because the amount of detail put into the black and white here is fucking tremendous. And it is something that there's not a lot of colorists in my opinion are able to get this done. So all right. So we got Gunpla. Ow. Give me just a moment so I can scoot over here. My back is still fucking killing me. But it's not killing me so bad that I can't do this. You know? That's the wonderful thing. Let me go ahead and move my camera a little bit more. There we go. I do not need you guys looking at my living room, though. My living room's a fucking pigsty. Granted, admittedly, since this back thing, my whole apartment is fucking dirty. And I'm not happy about it, but I can't do a whole lot because I can't really bend down very well. So, like, I swept the floor of my kitchen yesterday, and it was a whole thing just to get the dustpan back up off the floor. Okay. So, what are we doing today? We are doing the arms of the Guntank. Now we're going to bang these out, depending on how fast they get done. Because I've already done a lot of this assembly stuff. Depending on how fast they get done, we might also do the cannons as well. The last thing I want to do is going to be the tread section. Because the thing about the tread section is... What just fell over? Oh. One of the inner frame parts. The thing about the treads. This is why I build Master Grades, so I know I signed up for this. But the thing about the treads... Every individual tread is printed out for you to connect. And when this is done, you can actually roll the gun tank on them. That's the kind of detail I pay money for whenever I buy a Master Grade. So I'm happy that it's there, but goddamn, that's going to take a minute. So, let us commence. So I've already panel lined all of these. So they will look pre-shaded when they are painted properly. Ugh! Popped my neck there. So let's go ahead, I'm going to move this out of the way. And let's go ahead and proceed to painting. Where the tank at? We're working on it. Here's what we got so far on it. So you have Neuropath thread. I think you meant to type something completely different there, Dead Ronin, because I can't tell what you're trying to say. But anywho, yeah, cleaning my apartment. I plan on doing probably in the next couple of days because, again, my back is starting to feel better. It's still. There's still some ways, like, if I move in certain directions, there's still kind of pinches and pulls. But, you know, it's getting a lot better. A lot faster than I thought it was going to when it first happened. Because when it first happened, man, I couldn't fucking move at all. I was like, what the fuck? So, I'm one of those dudes. I'm just lucky I heal fast. You know? Because normally with a slipped disc, it can take upwards of a month and a half to heal. I'm already almost back to normal, and this is like week 2. Yeah, it's been a week since it happened, or a little over a week since it happened. So, careful with that. You rolled your tracks and they disconnected on you. Okay, I will keep that in mind. Granted, I don't play with my model kits. They are effectively decorations that I get a kick out of, like, customizing and painting and building myself. I've had people ask me, like, you know, with a little bit more money, you could just buy the toy and put it on the shelf. I'm like, yeah, but that's not fun. That's not interesting. Like, the whole gimmick is that I'm putting my touches on it, you know? I guess some people just don't get it. Though, funnily enough, some people that have actually told me that are people I know that paint miniatures. I'm like, what the fuck? Really, man? Alright. Well, whatever. Whatever, man. Alright. Let us commence. Voice helps if I turn on the air compressor. There it goes. Alright. Second, let's clean the brush itself to make sure that we don't have any clogs or anything like that, because it looks like I did not properly clean it last time, which is on me. Blah. 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 Belching like mad, man. Alright, that's spraying out perfectly fine. Quietly continues painting heresy. How dare you? We stand salamanders and Black Templars in this chat, goddammit. And I'm not kidding. I fucking love the salamanders, and I love the Black Templars. Here's my question. Is there anybody out there that actually likes the Inquisition? Is there? I must know, I must know this. Okay, let's get the fan going and let's get rolling. Alright, so inner frame stuff first. Which, admittedly, for the Guntank, there's not a lot in the arms. Granted, there also doesn't really need to be, because the arm construction is very basic. So because in reality, the arms of a Guntank are only arms in a sense. They're just mounts for rocket launchers. And also, yes, through the deep dive, I did get better at saying 240mm BOP missile launchers. Do you have any idea how many takes I had to do to get that right? There's, I shit you not, there's a take of me trying to say 240mm BOP missile. See, there it goes. BOP missile launchers, where I was like, and I literally did the Porky Pig thing. That's all, folks. There are fans that like individual Inquisitors, but most see it as just another fed-up Imperial Inquisition. Yeah. They kind of feel like the Imperial No-Fun Brigade. They're effectively like the Imperial Jannies. I don't know if anybody's ever called them that, but they should. Imagine if you left the Black Templars alone for 5 minutes, the work they'd get done. I know, right? I would figure that with the Black Templars, really all you need to do is just point them at a target and let them have fun. It's like, alright, this planet, this planet, this planet, this planet, this planet, and this planet all need crusading. You guys got that? Alright, have fun. Have fun storming the castle. And then they do it. And then win. And then cake. I don't know why I feel the need to quote zero punctuation, but, you know, I liked that show. And now it's on another channel, and it's not like, it doesn't have the same name, but it's basically the same thing. Ay, 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 ay. The one thing that I want, though, more than anything, is I want a Warhammer video game that is like a shooter or something, where we're not the fucking Smurfs. I got nothing against the Smurfs, but I'd like to be something else now. Because let's be honest, Captain Titus is basically a salamander anyway. The salamanders have given him the Vulcan pass. Space Marines 2 lets you customize your unit. Well, in the story mode, you only play as Captain Titus and his bros. But there is a PvE mode that lets you, yeah, you can be whatever unit you want to be. Which I will be only doing Salamanders and Black Templar shit. I basically told myself it's a defense mission, I'm playing as a Salamander. If it's an offensive, I'm playing as a Black Templar. Looking good, looking good. There was the Fire Warrior game, but that wasn't any good. Well, that's because that's the Tau. Fuck the Tau. Fucking dumbass space weebs. Fucking commies. That's what they are. They're space weeb commies. So basically like the modern weeaboo. Yeah, for those who don't know, the Tau were basically created because Games Workshop wanted to try to sell 40K to Japan. And they didn't like them. They're like, fuck this noise. And who can blame them? The Tau fucking suck. Not to mention the fact that for the Tau's logo is literally a ripoff of the Marathon logo. Why Bungie didn't sue Games Workshop is beyond me. Almost done priming these. This is kind of an easy job because all of this is in gray. Except for the inner frame parts. Those get done in steel or iron. Okay, everything hath been primed. Ah! Oh, God. Suggestion for your next disturbing anime video, Boa the Visitor. If that's a porno, I'm going to be very angry. Sounds like a porno. No, then I don't know what I'm gonna do the next disturbing anime after this current one that I just watched. The next one that will probably get done, just on the anime would be something that's kind of obscure, that people don't know, but those of us who like watched, like did tape trading back in the days or went to video stores with animation sections would know about. It's called Twilight of the Dark Master. Because Twilight of the Dark Master is one of those that you watch and you're like, what the fuck did I just look at? What the hell? And really, that's kind of the reason why that little series exists, is to actually take an honest look at, like the anime from back in the day that are kind of fucking weird. Oh, you meant to say bow. Okay, never mind then. Yeah, that would be an interesting one to cover. Because the dub is fucking hilarious. The funny thing about it is that when you go back and you watch some of these older anime, you'll actually find that a lot of the voice actors in them that are consistently like decried for their performances are still working in anime dubbing to this day and have probably been praised by people. It's sort of like with the Fist of the North Star dub, like the fact that like Byakuya Akuchiki's voice actors in it. You know? Like, and people fucking love that character. I don't know why. Then again, I'm not a fan of Bleach. Though Bleach is alright up until the end of the Soul Society arc. I'll give it that. After that, it falls off hard. Especially with the constant fucking flashbacks. Thank you for the $5, Columbia. It says, but anime has always been about high schoolers with the bodies of 20-some-year-old porn stars. Come on, man. Fat, overweight elves plot is oh, God. Fat elf. Oh, my lord. Has anybody ever seen the image of that one episode of Night Court that says the writer's poorly disguised fetish? That's what Fat Elf is. And I know it says plus size. Nah, she fat. She fat. I have been with women who are plus sized. There is a difference. Seems to be something in the line here. It's not good. that has sort of been my problem with a lot of media in general, is like, it kind of feels like a lot of stuff like that is like just the writer's poorly disguised fetish. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. After interspecies reviewers, plus size elves can't be that horny. Well, interspecies reviewers is basically softcore porn. I'm running airbrush cleaner through my airbrush. They're rebooting Ranma. It looks flat as hell. Yeah, I've heard about that too. And it's from the same people that did the reboot of Urusei Yatsura, or however it's pronounced. Urusei Yatsura, something like that. Alright, let's get our metal on. Looking good. What I want to do this year, though, when we get to Halloween time, is we will do a disturbing anime for that, for a Halloween special, and it will be Hellsing. And when I mean Hellsing, I mean all of it. From the manga to the TV anime to Ultimate. Because at this point, I have seen all of it. And it has convinced me that Kota Hirano is fucked in the head. And I will say, the prototype of fucking Hellsing, man, Alucard does not act like himself. Like, at all. He became a very different character as that went on. Because the very first thing of Hellsing is porn. It is a hentai. That I effectively forced myself to read. As far as I could get through it. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, man, really? And I couldn't get that far, to be honest with you. Because it's very fucked up. And it's like, what the hell? We're talking like... Not quite like Legend of the Overfiend shit, but... It was like, good lord, man, what the fuck is your problem? Hirano-san, do you have something you want to tell us? It's literally a, what's going on over there, big guy? You alright? Is it perverted as the Outlaw Star manga? I don't know. I've never read the Outlaw Star manga. You guys know I haven't read very many manga. Because when I sit down and read, I read until I can't read anymore. Like, I just finished Gantz. And I read through all of that within 3 days. So think about that. That's 3 days of just sitting and reading. I have to be in the mood for it. I don't go seeking out a ton of manga to read. I'm very selective. Outlaw Star was an okay anime, so I'm not really interested in reading the manga, like, at all. So I'm not going to seek it out. I have read more than I used to know. But there's not really that many that I would, like, really gush over. Fist of the North Star is great. Berserk is Berserk. I mean, for fuck's sake. It's fucking Berserk. Battle Angel Alita, or Gundam, as it's known in Japan. It's fucking incredible. I don't know if Mars Chronicle is done yet, but when it is, I will probably read through that. Because that is the ending of the Alita story. Which, by the way, for those who do not know, Battle Angel Alita Last Order has quite literally the greatest tournament arc of all time. Rana, listen, sometimes a man just wants to know what a literal demon dragon waifu would be like. It's completely normal. My sexuality is healthy. Oh, man. I know some people don't like the whole Japan is weird thing, but there are some things that are kind of fucking weird about Japan. And that's okay, because there's some weird things about America, too. Trigun manga question mark? I'm assuming you're asking if I have read the Trigun manga question mark. I need to finish it. Because Trigun's, like, its anime is, like, one of the greatest ever. The original, not the new one. Stampede was fucking garbage. But yeah, I still want to visit Japan. And not seriously for the whole Christmas cake thing. I've always thought that Japan seemed pretty cool to go to. You know? So no, don't worry. Whenever I go, my time won't be spent in soap lands. Not my thing. But my goal is at some point to save up enough money to where I can literally take a 2-week vacation out there. But before I do so, I definitely want to finish learning the language. I mean, I can comfortably say that I am Micah and that I am Gundam. So, Ore wa Micah desu. So desu ne. Ikimasu. What are some other phrases I know? Konbini tobaste? The one thing I have learned about Japanese is that a lot of it, in how you're communicating, is more so in your tone than the words you're using. Because the way that I phrased that sentence is like, a convenience store and a bus station? Question mark? But you can hear it in the tone of my voice. Anime guy. Look, it's okay for me to like my guns. Okay, Japan, it's not one of your shot during. I did negative in a super Jewish gun GF. Jesus. Thank you for the $5, by the way. I can't visit Japan as I have red hair and would be assumed to be an anime protagonist. That might be a good thing. You never know. Speaking of anime protagonists, I will admit I have an addiction, guys. I watched through Chainsaw Man again. That is true. I do know how to say you're already dead. Omae wa mou shinderu. Nani? But yeah, where I left off with my Japanese lessons, I was working on the hiragana. And the problem with the hiragana is that it's kind of like... It's a difficult alphabet to learn, man. So, like, I whenever I feel like I'm stuck on something, I just give it a break for a month or two. What makes Chainsaw Man so appealing to you? God, there's a lot to it. I think the big thing about it is that it holds so much of its DNA. It takes it from Devilman, and Devilman is my favorite manga ever. At least for now. That's probably until I read Berserk again, in which case then it'll be Berserk again. But Devilman is my favorite manga of all time, and Chainsaw Man pulls from it a lot. But the big thing for Chainsaw Man, at least for me, is the characters. I love Denji. Denji, to me, is one of the best anime and manga protagonists that I've seen in a very long time. Because the great thing about Denji is he is 100% honest all the time. I love Makima as a character as well. I feel like she is the best. She's probably the best villain that we've had in anime and manga since Griffith and Dio. I also enjoy, like, specifically when it comes to the anime, how it treats intimacy. In, like, properly treating intimacy a certain way is something I've really thought that manga has not done properly and anime has not done properly in a great many years. But the one thing that I have noticed with the creator, you can tell he's a cinephile because he pays very close attention to camera angles and how shots are framed. And in doing so, he's able to tell a story a lot better than most other mangaka that are out there. Not to mention, I've had to stress this to Xavier more than once because he kind of misses it. If you listen to the lyrics of Kickback, the theme to Chainsaw Man Season 1, it is literally the perfect song about the lead character. Because he'll bring up shit about, like, fucking Jam Project and this and that. It's like, Xavier, shut the fuck up for 5 seconds and listen. What makes a main theme good is how it relates to the show. The Hero by Jam Project is a great song, but it's a great theme to One Punch Man because it tells you everything you need to know about Saitama. Another great story, by the way. I love One Punch Man. What's the difference between a jar of peanut butter and Naruto? The jar of peanut butter is actually good. This is true. Love me some peanut butter. I will admit, though, every once in a while, that Naruto theme, that shit's a fucking earworm. It will get stuck in my head out of nowhere, and I have to, like, blast heavy metal to get it out. My big thing against Naruto, though, is that it's full of shit. Initially presents itself as this character that doesn't need a bloodline trait or anything like that. I only need my will and my desire to win. Oh, I have a fox demon in me. That's the reason I win. What the fuck? Do you want to know the character that actually embodies what Naruto says he's about? Rock Lee. I don't like Naruto as a series. I think it's kind of stupid. Rock Lee is the shit. I will give Naruto as a franchise that. Rock Lee is the fucking man. Because he actually embodies what that series says it's about. He doesn't have any bloodline traits or anything like that. He can't even fucking use chakra. But you know what? He's gonna win through the use of his will and his skill alone. But back on the thing of so yeah, we do not stand Naruto here, but got a little soft spot for Rock Lee, I won't lie. But anyway. The thing, back to the Chainsaw Man thing. The other thing that I really appreciate about it is that it has the ability to perfectly shift between levity and seriousness without giving you mood whiplash. And the characters feel very organic. There's a reason, like, we barely see Himeno in the series, right? And in the whole of the Chainsaw Man saga up to now, Himeno is such a minor character in it, right? But you don't forget her. And I will admit that some manly tears came out when she disappeared on us. I'll freely admit that. But the reason being is she was very memorable. She was a kind of a little bit of a slutty tomboy, let's be honest. But you understood why she was the way she was. And she was very endearing because she did have a lot of heart. And despite her desire to get, you know, banged like a snare drum, she is a character that anybody would want to be around. And I think that that would be the last thing that I would say as to why Chainsaw Man appeals to me. It has heart. There's a lot of franchises out there, man, that don't have any heart in them. Characters are generic. The plot is thin and not well thought out. And ultimately, tends to be schlock dreamt up for fucking depressed teenagers. But enough about Gundam Seed. But no, like that is the big problem with anime these days, is that it is missing all of those elements. We do not get good new characters that often. We don't. We do not get intriguing plots. And oftentimes, the stories are so up their own ass that they can see what they had for lunch. Characters say that they're one thing and behave a completely different way. Naruto is a good example of that. You see that all over that. You know, I think, like, the thing about Naruto is, like, there's, like, two honest characters in it. You know, like, to bag on Naruto some more. There's two honest characters. There's Rock Lee, who's an honest character. At least of the teenagers, like, the ninjas in training. Rock Lee's an honest character. And, who's the chick with the giant tatas and the weird eyes that Naruto marries at the end of it? Her. She's the other honest one. Because they tell you exactly what they want, what exactly they're going to do, and they do it. Big titty, weird-eyed chick wants to marry Naruto. She loves Naruto. She does exactly that. You know, Rock Lee says he's going to get through it on his own skills, just with the abilities that he's able to do, and that's what he's going to do. And he does it. Hinata, that's it. That's who I was thinking of. Not Tsunade. Tsunade's different. But those characters, they tell you what they're going to do and they do it. That's simple. You know? Something we need to see more, I think, out of that. But admittedly, that's something I see more out of seinen than I do shonen. Because one thing that you'll notice, like, oftentimes whenever I'm, like, bagging on something, sorry, I gotta readjust my shorts here. I bag a lot on shonen because I really feel like shonen aren't good. Yeah, she actually marries Naruto at the end. Exactly. So Hinata did exactly what she said she was going to do. She said she loves Naruto. She wants to marry him, have his babies. She does exactly that. Bing, bang, boom. See and play. Simple as. And that's the big thing with Chainsaw Man. It's honest. The characters are honest. The story is honest. It's very fucked up. But it's not trying to feed you a line of bullshit. You know, what you see on the tin is what you get. Okay. Let's get to building. So, the first thing we need is these. The actual BOP missile launchers. Bink. 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 Bum ba da 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 da. See, it's still stuck in my head. I think this one actually is going to need a little bit more of a coating. Yeah. We will come back to that in a second then. But what we need is these. So the way that it says to do this is the tabbed one is up top, like so. Pinions on one piece, don't care about it. And I will say the same thing I have said to every One Piece fan when they ask me that question. Stop telling me to read it. I do not have time. I do not have time and I don't care. Somebody's about to say, read One Piece. No, fuck off. What would you say to someone who really wants the character to have a theme song and say, use the Saint as an example of the theme song you hear about your character? I think that you'd be surprised how many writers think of, like, most writers that I know listen to music when they write. So they'll always have that one song that is reminiscent of a character that they've been writing. With the Saint, it's really easy. It's Intro by DMX. One of those things, like, if I had a nickel for every time I ragged on a shonen it was from Shonen Jump, I'd have 2 nickels. Not a lot, but it's odd that it's happened twice. Yeah, it's very true. Because I don't blame Shonen Jump for it. It's just, you know, a lot of stuff that gets published by them I just don't enjoy. Because if there's 2 shonen that I don't like, kind of out of principle, it's Bleach and Naruto. And it's nothing against the people who like those things. Just I just don't like them. Can you name a Rorschach character? Basically, the writer's least favorite character that they want you to hate him, but you end up liking him. See, that's the thing. Rorschach is kind of a weird case. Because Alan Moore is such an oddball of a writer. How's this supposed to fit in here? Oh, there we go. It's kind of neat that these move. Oh, that's neat. You guys seeing this? If you turn this, it gives the action that they're firing. That's fucking... That's dope. Man, I'm loving this kit. Why does Alan Moore hate Rorschach? So Rorschach is based off of a character written by Steve Ditko called Mr. A, who is an objectivist. Steve Ditko was an objectivist. So Mr. A was sort of like his kind of like self-insert kind of character, and that character later ended up becoming the Question. Well, the Rorschach is supposed to actually be a parody of sorts, or a commentary on that character. But it doesn't work out, because Alan Moore thought that everybody was going to agree with him on things in regards to the characters in Watchmen, and it ended up being the exact opposite. Alan Moore identifies more with Ozymandias. But then again, he's an anarcho-communist. What do you expect? Just wanted to say Dreamcatcher is the best horror comedy of all time. Shit weasels, Morgan Freeman. That is a fun movie. I will definitely say so. Mr. Alan Moore needs serious help. Dude, read his Cthulhu mythos shit. Like, his Cthulhu mythos shit is fucking twisted. Hell, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is really fucked up, too. Looking good so far. Now, what are the pieces here that kind of need to be painted a little bit more? Just this one, it looks like. Well, there's two. Two that could be repainted. I'm going to set them next to each other. Give me that. Which they don't really need to be repainted, they just need another coat. They didn't get quite as dark brown as dark gray as I would have liked them. Don't want deconstruction heroes, I just want heroes. Yeah, I would agree with that. Okay. Okay, got those. So, it says here, this goes like this, and this is angled like so, comes over the top. Okay, that works. You recommend the Master Grade Act Guy? I want to do a Master Grade Act Guy, but they're very hard to find. Because what I want to do is my plan is, because like Shirt Dude's Act Guy collection for the videos, they're very low res. So what I wanted to do was I actually wanted to build a Master Grade Act Guy and put him in a bunch of poses, photograph them, and render them out so that Shirt Dude could use those instead. And then I would put a shirt on him. Okay. Let me do a thing real quick. Yeah. Hold on a second. But watched or heard of the Fate series? Yes. Fate Zero is pretty good. Kind of edgy, but it's pretty good. I watched Unlimited Blade Works as well. Or Unlimited Blade Works. I am the bone of my soul. Which Unlimited Blade Works was alright. Noticed a lot of younger fans looking through older Superman and other heroes and wondering why modern heroes are assholes. Biggest complaint is how bad Marvel treats Spider-Man's life in general. Yeah, I hear Ultimate Spider-Man is fixing a lot of that. In which case, I don't know if I want to give Marvel my money, but it's being written by Jonathan Hickman, who's one of my favorite comic book writers ever. So, we'll see. I want to wait till it finishes its first arc. That's better. Oh, wait. I missed the spot. There we go. See, it's still stuck in my fucking head. Fuck you, Naruto, you son of a bitch. Ah! There we go. Okay. Almost done with the Double O Riser. I could never get into that one. I'm not a big fan of the mobile suit designs of the second season of Double O, personally. I did notice when I looked at the comments in my YouTube videos today in my dashboard when I was checking my analytics, is that somebody gave like this long autistic drawn out shit rant in the fucking comments of the Double O video, and I read through a little bit of it. I'm like, dude, I already talked about this in the fucking vid. Like, why this is the problem. Like, you're not, like, this is not new information. Use your critical thinking, sir. If there's one thing I've noticed about YouTube and about YouTube comments, is there's a lot of people out there that will type these long, drawn-out comments because they think that they've got a point, and what they're talking about was actually addressed in the video. And it's like, dude, stop being stop being illiterate. Pay attention. Jesus. Cease thine autism. Post haste. Okay. That's why I have the curb your autism thing. It's like, guys, think about what's being said. Don't just wait for a time to respond. Remember, that was something that my dad drilled into me whenever I was a kid. It's like, don't do that to people. Don't just like sit there and you're pretending to listen, waiting for a moment to respond. Actually listen to what the other person is saying. Is this correct? The one thing I have found is the more that I have extended that courtesy to people in my life, the less that it gets extended to me. This leaves me sitting there going, God damn it. I'm trying to be a nice guy, but some of y'all make it very difficult. Not y'all, I mean, like, people in general. Oh, that's the wrong spot. Wrong thing.
Problem is listening to someone saying something objectively wrong makes me want to interrupt them. That I can understand, but oftentimes it is better to just let somebody talk, because if they're digging a hole, just let them keep digging it. If a man is bound and determined to dig his own grave, let him, just let him work his shovel till he gets tired. I'm going to have to go use the restroom here in a minute. It goes like that. So that's basically what the arm construction is going to look like. Snaps together really well, too. Look at that. Did you guys see how easy that was? Just a little bit of pressure. And it snapped perfectly. I love it. Yeah. Look at that. We got Guntank arms. Let's go. Look at that. Looking good, man. Yeah. I'm really liking this kit. It's a really good one. Alright, I set that aside. Next thing is the cannons, but we've also been streaming for a couple hours. I think I'm ready to call it for now, because I got a bunch of stuff I got to get done. So, we're going to call it here. The next time we do this, I will have the cannons prepped, and I will also have the legs and the treads, or the tread area prepped as well. Ow. But, again, so you guys can see it. That is where we are at with the Guntank so far. Put him on his manual so we can see him a bit better. He's looking really solid. Oh, I just noticed there is a little spot right there I might have to touch up, but that's okay. It's not too bad. But this is really good. This is a really good kit. Like, very well thought out. So far I would recommend it. But I'm going to go use the restroom, get some food. I have to edit the podcast today as well, and then get them uploaded to Spotify and then to YouTube later. So I'm going to go ahead and take off. Appreciate all you guys for watching us. I'll see you guys probably in the next few days.